Would it be fair to say that there might be an argument to try and bring all these things together into having a central function or a Sikh museum? I know that's the kind of work that you're looking at, but do you ever see a time where it's all in one home?
Well, yes and no, actually. The way it works is that, my organisation is called the Sikh Museum Initiative, and so we work with a lot of museums on the ground, essentially. So, we get to see a lot of items, and we've also created the world's first 3D museum as well, and we can go into that a bit later. But the point here is by having a central repository of Sikh items in one place. So let's do a little bit of a history lesson here.
Yep.
The first Sikh museum actually opened in 1999 in Leicester. We had the first, because I'm from Leicester, so we had the first Sikh museum, and that was opened by the Queen. Most people don't know that. It was opened by the Queen. And in this particular museum, there was more manuscripts. So there was like Bharat and Sarups of different kind of writings. There was Guru Granth, Dasam Granth, and other writings as well. And there was like pictures and various other things as well. Not much on the artifact side, but that started in 1999. It went, after the funding had died down, it went basically. So that was the end of that. We still do have a museum in Derby, for instance, called the Sikh Holocaust Museum, and that works in its own way. The majority of items of interest there are Sikh cannons, for instance. There's other things as well. There's an art gallery as well. However, the biggest challenge has always been to have a great repository where some of the greatest artifacts are in one roof in the UK. Now, the thing is, it's always down to costs, for instance. In order to have a museum, we're talking about $1 million plus in terms of money, what's required. People will sometimes have scoffed at that when I've actually told them how much money you need to make a proper museum. I'm not talking about a building which you just half-heartedly convert into something. To make something really world-breaking and something which incorporates digital technologies as well, and because the thing is with museums is they're not against people loaning items. You can loan items for an exhibition, or you've got insurance, for instance. You can get items from the museum. So when we did our exhibition on the Anglo-Sikh Wars, I worked with about 7-8 different museums across the UK, and we got the loans, and we did an exhibition on the Anglo-Sikh Wars in Leicester. It was a great exhibition, but you've got to give the museums a reason why you want to actually take out those items from their museum, in order that it gives kudos to their museum, but also enriches the subject as well. But let's add another caveat to that as well. We have a lot of private collectors here in the UK as well, and they've amassed quite a wide range of artifacts as well. And the ones I've been speaking to, they'd be kind of very open to kind of loan their items to a central repository as well, if it came down to it. But one day that may happen, or it may not happen. But the problem I've always seen is that you shouldn't do things in halves, for instance. It should be kind of really, really planned out properly. You should have the best kind of acoustics within the building. You should make sure that, it's kind of, it's got the security, for instance, but also it's the interpretation as well. So you're not just got, like you were saying earlier on about when you look at Sikh history, for instance, you hear about all these things and it sounds like mythology.
Yeah.
You want to create that historical interpretation on the object, so it's actually understood in a wider context as well. So the answer to your question is, one day I hope there is that in the UK. It doesn't have to be in London. It can be anywhere in the UK. And, if I can help in that endeavor to do that, then, we would look to do and help in that thing. If anyone else had that budget or